Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video I'm going to show you a little bit about my home network setup and everything from where it comes in to the wireless access point, a couple of the cables that I have run, sorry about that, and the actual network rack and everything in it, plus other parts of my hobby studio down here, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so I want to start this off with, here is my Verizon internet access box. It comes in, it's in my laundry part of the basement. And as you can see, there's the cable, goes up to there, and it comes over here, and the lighting's not that good, so I have it tacked up there, comes over here, and as you can see, it goes over top of my ductwork. And it comes over here and it keeps going through into the server room there. This right here, I have 5 wires going up. One goes to the Ubiquiti access point, and the other 4 go into a box in the wall. Sorry about that, I couldn't think of it. So, and then this is where our internet and TV signals come in. They also go in there too. And here is our Unify access point. I think it's the long range one, and I ran the cable through the wall, and there's the jacks that I have for the run downstairs that I showed you from before. Just wanted to give you an idea of how the house is set up. And then I come around here, and here's where everything comes in at up here. Sorry about the lighting, because I'm doing this on my cell phone. Comes over, comes down, and to this jumbled mess. There's the modem. I don't have the internet going into that. I'll explain that here in a moment. One of the wires, which I want to say is this one here, it comes here, goes down, and it plugs into the first port of the 4-port gigabit card there. This is my Pfsense Router right here. It's made out of a Dell R410. So, and that's because here's where the internet actually comes in, or actually that comes out of the second port on that card, comes up here, and then it comes in here, and that's what gives my Ubiquiti 48-port switch here connections to the internet for any device that connects to it. Here's a 10G connection right there, which goes there, which this is where my virtual server, which here's the one port. The other one's not connected right at the moment because that's going to be for my other virtual switch, but as you can see, they go down. And let me see if I can add some light since everything's so dark back here. Okay, that's the 420. Again, that'll be explained. It's the other Dell 420 switch, server. And here is where all the different connections go. The orange one is where the internet, or the connection to the server to the rest of the switch goes. That hands out DHCP and everything else. The 2 blue ones, they go to the 2 FreeNAS boxes. There's 1 port there and 1 port there. I only have 1 connection out of that because it's going to change once I get a new Ubiquiti switch. So the Pfsense Router here is what handles all the routing to get everything out of the internet. It also provides firewall access. Right now I actually have this switch that's connected to work. This could be mine, I don't know, it just depends. It's one of my old ones from work, and I don't know if I can have it yet, but that's a whole other story. I may have to do this in chunks because it's on my phone, and for some reason it only allows me to record 10 minutes. So, but anyways, this Ubiquiti switch here, it has some VLANs set on it. I know I have multiple VLANs because here is the wireless access point, which I will go grab a shot of that upstairs here soon. Basically, I have 3 VLANs. I have my main network VLAN, I have my Internet of Things VLAN, and I have a guest network VLAN. I may set up another one, just depending. I'm not exactly sure, to maybe let our devices do wireless instead of wired. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. I wish this switch was gigabit, but it's not. So there's this port here, goes here through here, and it connects to a port on the back of the Pfsense router, so that it has internet access. So that I'll show you here in a second. This is my first virtual server right here, Proxmox VM server. It should be VM server 1, but I didn't have a second one at the time. This has one Microsoft DHCP server, the file server, and my Plex Media server. It uses 2.5-inch drives instead of 3.5-inch. Here's my second one. This one here runs my UniFi controller. It also runs my second DHCP server, and the nice thing about having two separate ones like this is if I need to do maintenance on this one will take care of handing out IP addresses and everything. And it'll also, and I need to really dust this because that is bad. But anyways, this way computers will still work and everything, and it won't stop because it's handing out IP addresses. Also handles the UniFi. It won't handle the file server because that's what's on here. It also won't handle it can handle the Plex Media server at this time. That's what the other fiber card is, and I have to get it set up so that I can move things from here to here. Eventually, at some point, I want to have another oh crap, I can't think of the name of it. FreeNAS server as a nice SCSI storage stand, so that all my VMs will sit there, and then that way, if I shut one down, they should just shunt over and pick up on the other one. I have to figure out how to do that. I'll figure that out once. Man, I really got to clean this stuff. I'll figure that out once I get the other one built. This is my first storage SAN. This is where everything gets backed up to from the primary. Here's the primary. This has 4 8-terabyte drives here, and in this row has 4 10 terabytes. This has 4 3s. These are some spares in case if one of these 3s go bad. I can just take them. They're all kind of old drives, but I did a video on how to do maintenance on them. Here's 4 10s, 4 3s, 4 10s, and then 4 5s. No, these have 4 5s. This has 4 8s here. Sorry, got that confused. Yeah, these are 4 5s, these are 4 10s, 3s, 10s, and 8s. Eventually, I'd like to get all the rows working. I need a controller card for this and some cables. I need a new controller card because I can activate one more row on the current one, but then these two are still blank, and I don't like using the reverse cables. I'd have to show you when I start changing parts out, which I'll do a video on that when I get the parts, which may be a while. And then for battery backup, I have to move my water for another section. I got all these from work. I got these two, and this one I have to order a faceplate for this because they didn't have it. I also have to order batteries for these two, but these are rack mountable UPSs. I replaced the batteries in this one. I need to get batteries for this one and this one. These ones have swelled up. I want to move everything from external to in the rack here, and then I can use these somewhere else. A friend of mine gave me that switch. Don't know if I'm going to use it. It's also a 10100. It just depends. It's not PoE, where that one's I think is a 24-port PoE. I hope I can keep that because I could use that for some things and cost me money in electricity. I have 2 spares. The black UPSs I got from my workplace because again they were throwing this stuff away, and they have to pay somebody to recycle it. So if I recycle it and it doesn't cost them anything, I keep it and they get rid of it. Okay, moving on. So as you can see, I have quite a few water jugs here. This is for my painting, and I hope that has the flow enhancer that I added to it. Here's where I have a lot of paint stored, and yeah, I have a lot of paint. This is my messy work area. You would have saw my 3D printer, but unfortunately I had to send it back to be replaced because of the fact that the LCD screen has developed black spots, and the auto-locking mechanism decided to stop working, which I'm definitely going to show you a video on that. As you can tell right here, this is where my main work area is. As you can see, I have, like, you know, a bunch of geeky things. I have my microphone for whenever I'm recording, and also you can see my Keurig for whenever I get cold and want some tea. I store a lot of other things up here, and currently right now this is where I used to do a lot of computer like repair type stuff. Right now, because I'm working at home due to the beverage bug, I'm going to call that, just because you know, if not, who knows what YouTube will do. It's my current workstation. I usually have that monitor sitting right about next to where the water bottle is, so I have some room to work. Hopefully that will be changing soon. I'm hoping and praying. And also down here is where I have some extra stuff. I have some games stored because I was sleeving the cards and some other stuff. And yeah, you can tell that this room is a mess. Which, it wasn't this bad, and then all of a sudden it just threw up. Which I have to clean up and everything. But just wanted to give you a little taste of my home network and everything. And, you know, like, there's my air compressor for airbrushing, and there's some Vallejo, I want to say that's the Game Air paint set, because I bought the complete thing. That has some tools for the 3D printer, hopefully whenever I get it back, my wet palette and stuff. And, you know, like I said, this is where I make some of the magic happen. Okay, I don't know if you call it magic or disaster, but, you know, there's a bookshelf, there's more paints, there's oh crap, what is the name of that company? KR Multi-Case Foam. There's some paint cans up there for primer and some other stuff, and that is about it. Okay, and now that you've seen how my home network is set up, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you like what you've seen, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, click all, and as I always like to say, have a good day.